Hopefully that's steady. Wouldn't wobble. Hi guys. Hi guys. Tom over to you again. His messy bench. We're fiddling away and I did a thing and I showed it to herself and she said, did I do a video of it? How I did it? I said, no. I said, you better do one. Because someone's going to ask you, how did you do that? She knows me too well. Anyway, quick update. Let's do it really fast because this is a video that wasn't planned. See, I'm even eating sweets. Anyway, you've seen the cab. Just a light bit of chipping on it, not too much. I don't want it too bad. I don't want to sort of damage to high heavens. I have the spare wheel in this little carriage. All done. Alright. Stop. And I have the chassis done. Now I quite chuffed with how that came out. If I can stick it under the light, if it'll zoom. Excuse me for a second now for moving the camera. But that's the underneath of that with mud and oil and God knows what else that you'd get. A bit of rust on the exhausts and things. See, I think that looks actually quite good. There's on the side. I think, right, and there's that section. There's all Bob Carruthers. Oh no, Bob Carruthers was in the thing, wasn't it? Jack Wills. We're giving them names. But anyway, what I was doing was, I noticed that, if you can see it in this, oh, there's John off moving the bloody camera again. Alright, if you can see in there, the wood base for the back of the truck bed. It gives nice detail on the wooden planks and things. It won't zoom in properly. It will. Nice detail on the wooden planks and stuff, but no actual wood grain detail on the planks. You know, the definition between the planks is actually quite good, but the actual planks themselves are not. And what I did was, I got my Dremel out and a very, very small drill bit and a wire brush attachment for the Dremel. Now, I use the drill bit in a pin vise. Brain just went dead there for a second. And just dressed it up. And if we go up to the light here now, see, can we get it? A bit of tilting involved. See, you can see it with the naked eye, but trying to get it on camera is always a problem. Right? Yeah, you can kind of make it out, but I got a kind of a wood grain. There you go. Just about make it out there. When it's painted and washed, it'll come up much better, obviously. Alright, I did that with that, and I did it with all these parts as well, which are the sides for the truck bed. So, if you bear with me now for a few seconds, I'll just rearrange this. There we go. We'll put that onto a bit of a zoom to see where I am. Right, I'm zoomed in on this area here. Right, now the underside I didn't do because it's not going to be seen, so I didn't bother doing it. So, but for the for the lesson, shall we call it? We will. So there's the old Dremel, 10 volt, 10.8 volt, multiple speed, variable speed Dremel. Big chunky heavy yoke, and I think it was Brett G did one there recently on a much slimmer, real fine job. I must try, ask Santa Claus will he get me one of them. But anyway, in the meantime, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So basically what I was doing was, with the speed onto about 2.5, 3, not too fast. If it goes too fast, it will just cut into it. So excuse the noise. I'm just stressing along like that. Yeah. just a few, give it a wipe, then get, I think it's a 0.6 or 0.7, I'm not 100% sure, and because the tips of these are so fine and things like that, alright, what you do then is just trying to do this and see that I'm in focus the whole time. Just a few scrapes along the length, not crossways, along with the grain, the wood would actually be. Gets a little bit furry, give that a little wipe off. Now, we have to go back to the moving the camera again. Excuse me, lads, I do apologise for all this moving and things. But you can see there that one board does stick out from the rest. It's got a bit of grain. It's not really showing up great on the camera, it really isn't. But if you do have to get wood grain on styrene plastic, that is one of the ways of doing this, the way I use. And it works. It gives a nice effect there, I must admit. I know it was hard to kind of show just on the one piece, but yeah, nice effect. And there's my wood grain. So, like I said, I wasn't actually going to do a video today, but why not stick it in anyway. So there's current progress. It's a lovely little kit. Fit issues, didn't have any major fit issues. Any problems I've had with the kit are my fault. For instance, this cross piece here. When the two sides were being added, you got to get all these lined up and put them on one side and then put it onto the other, and you're kind of clamping it together. You can imagine the engine isn't there, the wheels aren't there or anything like that, it's just the bare frame. So I had it all perfect and everything else, and put it down and this piece fell out. So I put it back in again and another top of glue and it fell out again. So I got called away and I got back in again and I said, oh, I have to fix that bloody thing. So I just picked it up, stuck it on, fixed it. Never realised that there's little mounting marks in here for mounting a piece of PE, and there's a little post in there which should be over here. It's for holding up the exhaust muffler, silencer, whatever you call it. So when I had it all turned over and this was all set solid, I couldn't get the piece out and pieces didn't line up. So I had to get a bit of styrene, just a bit of the sprue, sanded it kind of flattish, and I stuck that in underneath there to keep up that. When it came to this side, because there was no mark, I kind of roughly guessed where the photo etch was, fitted in. It's just a little photo etch bracket. You bend it 90 degrees, it holds up the Yoki Bob Machine PC thing. I think that's the official name for it. And what it does is it basically sends power to both things. I haven't a fit, I can't remember what it calls. The engine comes in here, turns this thing, and this gives power to the wheels. The second I hit stop, I'm going to remember what that is called. As usual, typical. But in the fact that I had this not exactly mounted correctly, I had problems then in matching up the go on, sure. Forget what every single thing is called now. The drive shafts wouldn't fit in, so I had to kind of fiddle and move, and they don't look the best. You mean from a distance you say, oh wow, that looks good, but when you actually look up close you can see the couple of mistakes that are on it. Plus the main drive shaft here there's a gap here, it doesn't match up. But I don't see how it would have matched up perfect even if I did get it on, because these pieces here kind of matched up. It's swings and roundabouts. If I probably got the piece in perfectly, they'd have popped in perfectly, because every other fit was absolutely perfect, so I can't see why that one wouldn't have been. It's John's fuck up, excuse my French. Anyway, we got our way around it, and luckily enough it wasn't a piece that was mainly visible. My other little hiccup was in the start, and same idea. It was just putting in pieces and I fall out, pick it up, putting it on. I put this here, right, is sort of a long piece with this post, and this here is a long piece here with that post, and then you've got a sort of a T-piece in the middle which makes up the windshield. Put it on the wrong way around. These little protrusions were actually supposed to be on the inside. Typical out of John, didn't fully read the instructions, saw that I had to put on windscreen wipers, and said, oh, they go onto that. Turned it around, think they're the motors on the inside. I should have copped that, because I've seen them many times. They were used right up on, we used to use the Land Rover 110, and on the inside of them it's the same thing, so I should have copped that. Also in that, this piece here, I hadn't it lined up perfectly, so you have a kind of a horrible little fish issue there. What I might do is sort of drill it and put a little kind of a flag or something, just to make it look as if it's supposed to be there. But apart from that, like I said, that was my fault, because I put that piece in wrong and I didn't push these up as much. And with this piece here, I put this piece in upside down. But apart from that, I had no problems with the kit. The plastic itself is lovely to work with. These are two little boxes to fit under here. Cleaning up, they clean up lovely. They really do. Steve Mottram did an inbox review on the Rosmak, or Rosmatak, whatever it's called, the Polish APC, which is another IBG model, and he was saying how good the plastic was, that it reminded him of Tamiya. I find it even better than Tamiya plastic, and I'll tell you why. See these things, little skinny bits of styrene, they frighten the daylights out of all of us. I know what they do, because in removing them, they're going to pop, they're going to break. If that was Tamiya, I could nearly guarantee you that one of them was going to pop. I'll get back onto you. I haven't got them opened yet, but there were other small pieces that were like that, and the strength of the actual plastic was so good that they didn't bend, they didn't whiten, nothing happened to them, and they were perfect. They were easy to clean up. Excuse me. This one, this piece here, I don't know if it'll clean up as easy, or if I get them out as easy. But if I don't get them out as easy, then I'll be going for the hard top. Hopefully I get them out easily, because I want the open top back. So that's basically it. It was just to show you how I got the wood grain on that, rather than doing up the thing and going, oh, I got the wood grain effect on that, and someone come up and saying, how did you get the wood grain effect on that? That's how I did it. Simple as that. Okay, lads. Catch you up in the next video. John Moore, signing off.